So here we are seeing the fourth program. Fourth program is nothing but it is using the shift reduce technique. They have specified the grammar here. So using this grammar, we have to check whether this input string can be accepted or whether this input string will be rejected. So this is the grammar they have given, and the parsing technique we have to use is shift reduce parser. So shift reduce parser is a bottom up parser. So we have already seen some top down parsers. So in top down parser, we'll be starting from the root, and starting from the root we go on deriving the terminals. That is, we parse the tree until we get until we obtain a terminal, right? So in bottom up parser, what happens, we start from a terminal. So suppose if I have obtained this ID, if I have obtained a terminal ID, I see if I can obtain a start symbol from this ID. So obviously I can obtain a start symbol from this ID because I have a production called as E produces ID. So from this ID we are obtaining the start symbol E. So suppose again from this particular ID I am obtaining the start symbol E. From this particular ID I am obtaining the start symbol E. So once I have E plus E, so E plus, using this E plus E, I can obtain one more start symbol E because I have a production E plus E which gives E. So this is how we start from the bottom and we grow and we go towards the top. That is, we see to it that the start symbol can be generated. If the start symbol can be generated for the string that we have given, it means that particular string will be accepted. If the start symbol cannot be generated when we do this bottom up parsing, then an error will be thrown. So basically there are 4 steps here. So one is shift, one is reduce, one is accept, and one more is error. So shift is nothing but the input, token by token we will be passing the input from the input buffer onto the stack. So that is, we'll be doing the shift there. And reduce is nothing but we will see if the token that we have passed can be reduced to any one of the start symbol. So after doing this, we will either accept the string if we can get the start symbol out of it, or it will throw an error. Okay. So to perform this, usually we'll be we'll keep 3 columns. So one is for the stack, one more is for the input, and one more is the action that is being performed. So in the input, see, always remember one more thing, the stack will always have the dollar at the bottom, and the input string will always end with a dollar symbol after it to indicate that it is the end of it. Okay. So if I have to start, suppose if I have the input, so my input is ID plus ID into ID. So I'll end it with a dollar. So this is my input. So first thing is we have to perform a shift. So when I perform a shift, the first one, we start from the left hand side. So on the left hand side I have the ID. So ID is the first token. So this ID token will be shifted onto the stack. So on the stack we already have dollar. So now we have dollar ID. So dollar ID we have on the stack. So now the remaining input will be plus ID into ID dollar. So this will be the remaining ID. And what have we done now? What action have we done? We have only performed a shift action. So now a shift action has been done, and what have we shifted? We have shifted an ID. That is, a token ID has been shifted. So after this again, so now what happens, in our stack we have ID. So once we have ID in our stack, we will check for the grammar. So in our grammar for ID we have a production E. E produces ID. So we have a production here, E produces ID. So now in my stack I have ID. So when I check this grammar, I can actually reduce this particular ID to the start symbol because I have one of the production here. So that is why what we do, the next one will be the reduce technique. So now whatever ID we have in the stack, this will be reduced to E. So now what happens, this dollar ID will be reduced to dollar. Instead of ID, we will now perform a reduction. So this ID is reduced to E because we have a grammar, we have a production here. E produces ID. So again the input is ID into ID star, and what is the action we have performed? We have reduced to E. We have reduced that to E. So after that again the next terminal. What is the next terminal? Next terminal is plus. So we have dollar E plus. We have shifted. Now we have performed a shift. We have shifted the plus. So the remaining string is id into id dollar. So what is the action we have performed? We have performed a shift. And what have we shifted? We have shifted a symbol. So a symbol has been shifted here. Okay. So now we will see if we can reduce. So if I check the grammar, I don't have any grammar which specifies e gives rise to e plus. So we don't have that production here. So we cannot reduce it. Okay, so after each and every shift we have to perform a check to see whether we can reduce it or not. See, we have e produces e plus e, but we don't have any production for e plus. Okay, so what I do now? Now we cannot reduce it, so once again we have to perform a shift. So next time when I perform a shift, so in our stack we have e plus. So now I have a dollar here. So this dollar will be shifted now. Sorry, we have an id here, so this id will be shifted now. I'm shifting this id here. So after shifting id here, we are remaining with star id dollar. And what action we have performed? We have shifted the symbol. What is the symbol we have shifted? That is, we have shifted id has been shifted. So now after shifting this, again we will check if we can replace any one of this with the start symbols. And again if we check our grammar, we can see that we have a production called as e producing id, right? So and we have an id here. So this can again be replaced with the start symbol e. So what we do now, e plus this id will be reduced to e. So again we are left with star id dollar. And what is the action we have performed? We have reduced to e. We have reduced to e. So after this, again you can see that we have one more grammar which specifies e plus e that produces e. So we have a grammar which we have a production which says that e produces e plus e. Okay. So this e plus e can again be reduced to the start symbol e. So we write e here. Instead of e plus e, we write e here. So we are remaining with id dollar. And what have we done here? We have reduced to e. We have reduced to e. So this is what we have done. So after this, again we will start with the shift. So e, we will shift the next token. So we will shift star. So here we are remaining with id. So dollar. So what have we done here? We have shifted a symbol. So we are shifting a symbol here. A symbol has been shifted. So e star, can we reduce this e star? Again we have to check. In the grammar there is no production only for e star, but we have e star e. And I have not yet got e star e. So there is no reduction for this. So next again we go for the shift. So again dollar e star. So this id will again be shifted. So after shifting, we are left with dollar here. So we have performed a shift here. So in the shift we have shifted id. So after shifting id, we will again see this production. We don't have any production for e plus id, but we have a production only for id. That id is nothing but e here. So next what we do, we replace this id by the start symbol, that is e. And what have we done here? We have reduced to e. So we have reduced id to e. So after this again there is nothing to shift. So we will see if this can be reduced further. So you can see here we have e star e which produces e. So this can be reduced further. So again this is nothing but we have reduced to e. So using the input what they have given, we could finally go to the start symbol. So using the input what they are given, we could go back to the start symbol using this top down parser. So hence this input string will be accepted. Okay, going to the program, how do we implement this? So to implement this, we are using an input string. So what input string we are giving? id plus id into id. So this will be our input string. And input, to give input string, we are using an array. So array A is used as an input. So in array A, we are storing this particular input. So once we have stored the input, we have to shift it, right? So this part is actually performing the shift part. So this is performing the shift part, and the next part will be performing the reduce part. So this is the shift part and this is the reduce part. So when we were shifting all we were doing is we were checking whether if it's an ID or if it's a symbol, right? So whenever we are performing a shift, that is one token is being shifted from the input buffer onto the stack. So two things can happen, either it can be an ID or it can be a symbol. So how do we come to know whether it's an ID or not? So we are using if a of j, a is nothing but it's the buffer which is storing the input string. So if a of j is equal to I and a of j plus 1 is equal to d. So we are checking for the, that is we are finding if id is present in the token that we have. Okay. So if it is id, then what we are doing, we are copying that I and we are copying the d onto the stack. So this is the stack where we are copying. So after copying that ID, we are placing a null and we are removing that ID from the input string. See, from the input string, we did not have that ID. Once we have copied it, that should not be present in the input string, right? So that is why we are, what we are doing here is we are placing the space there. So once we have done this, the next part, we had to write what action is being performed, right? That is this table has to be shown. So for this table, we are using this printf here. So in printf, we are printing three things. One is the stack. So what is the value of stack? What we have pushed onto the stack. And what is the, A is nothing but the input string. So what is the input string and what is the action we have taken. So you can see what is what, one is the stack, one is the input string and one more is what is the action. So what will be in the stack? Initially all the stack that will be preceded by a dollar symbol and the input by the dollar symbol. And what are the action will either be shift or the action will either be reduce. So if I have shifted an ID, I should say that I have shifted an ID. If we have shifted a symbol, we should say that we have shifted a symbol, right? So in our printf, we can see what we are printing. We are printing a dollar. So after dollar, we are printing the contents of stack. So next we are printing the contents of input buffer, which again followed by a dollar. So after that we are printing what action to be performed and what action we are performing. See, as I said, this is the shift part. So in the shift part, this action is being stored in an array called as ACT. So ACT is an array in which we are storing this action. And we have already used a code called as string copy. ACT, we have used something called as shift. But now I should decide whether I will write shift ID or whether I will write shift symbol. So if we have encountered an ID, I am typing shift ID here. If we have encountered a symbol, I am typing symbol here. Okay. So this is how this particular table is being generated. Okay. So we have stack, we have input and we have action. So first we will have dollar and then the contents of the stack. Next the contents of the input buffer followed by a dollar. So after that we have shift. We have already copied this shift, but whether we have copied an ID or we have copied a symbol, so that is what we are specifying here. ID or symbol will be specified here. So this is for the ID. Second, suppose while shifting, if it is ID, we perform this thing. Suppose if it is not ID, that is if the first one is not I and if the second one is not D, then obviously we consider that it's a symbol. So if it's a symbol, obviously symbol will only be of one character. So here, because ID contains two characters, we perform two copy operations here. But here symbol will only be one character. So we are copying that particular character onto the stack. We are placing a null and then we are removing that particular character from the input string. So that is why we are placing a space there. So again we have to display this also. So to display this, we are using dollar %s. This %s is for the stack. Again %s dollar. So that is nothing but the input string. And then we are displaying the action buffer. So what is in the action buffer? We have already written a message called as shift in the action buffer. So followed by symbols. So that is what will be displayed in the action buffer. So now this is after I copy an ID. This is after I copy a symbol. But after copying ID or after copying symbol, I should check whether a grammar has been specified or not. That is, I should check if I can reduce it to the stat symbol, right? So after each and every shift, we are performing a check here. So this is the check. So this is the check where we are performing if I can reduce it. So this is just the example I have given. So after you execute this, the output will look something like this. After you execute this, the output will look something like this. So dollar, the contents of stack, the contents of input string, dollar, and then what action has been performed. So after performing a shift, now we have to perform a reduce. So to perform a reduce, I should check for the grammar. So what was the grammar we had? The grammar we had is E produces ID, E produces E plus E produces E star E, and E produces, in the brackets we have E, right? So how do we check for E produces ID is, we are checking the stack. If the stack, that is if the first character is I and if the second character is D, so if I have ID in the stack, then that ID should be replaced by E. Okay, so that is how we are ensuring that whenever we have an ID, if I have shifted an ID, that ID is getting reduced to E. So that is how we are checking in this particular code. The second one, if I have E plus E in my stack, that should be again replaced by E. So how are we doing that? Again, I am checking if stack of Z, that is if the first character is E, if the next one is plus, if the next one is again E. See, stack of Z is E, stack of Z plus 1 is plus, and stack of Z plus 2 is E. So if it is E plus E, again I should reduce it to E. So E plus E should be replaced by E. So that is what we are doing here. So stack of Z is equal to E. So there is next part of code which you will find in your manual. So you can check that Z plus 1, Z plus 2. So those will be replaced by the null symbols. Okay. So again the third grammar we are checking, E reduces E star E. So how we are checking that? So stack of Z is E and Z plus 1 is star and Z plus 2 is E again. So what should we do? E star E should be replaced by E. So that is how we are doing in this. The remaining part of code you can find in the manual. The last grammar we are checking is E reduces to E. So if E reduces to E, how do we check this? Brackets. First one should be open bracket, next one should be E, then we should have closing bracket. If our stack contains something like this, the stack should be replaced by E. Okay, so basically in the code we have two parts, one is the shift and one more is the reduce. So again in the shift, see again for the reduce, we are using one more symbol here, reduced to, right? So this reduced to is actually present in one more, we will have one more printf statement here after each one of those. So what will those printf statements contain is, again those printf statements will contain the stack value, the input value, and it contains one more buffer which contains the action value. And in that action value we have already performed a string copy function where we have copied inside the string AC, we have copied a value, we have copied something called as reduced as. Okay, so after copying that reduced as, we will go on appending the E to it. Okay, so if you check your manual, you can find the code, the printf code after each one of this. So that printf code is the one which will actually print, it will print this particular table where these lines, reduced to lines, will be printed there. Okay, so two parts, one is shift and one more is reduce. While shifting, we check if it's an ID or if it's a symbol, and every time we have shifted it, we will check whether we can reduce it. So while checking the reduction, there are four things we follow. If E produces ID, or E produces E plus E produces E into E, or E produces in brackets E.